उनके पास अपने अपने स्कीज भी है यहाँ पर, तो जो टूरिस्ट यहाँ पे आते हैं वो अपने मतलब खुशी से यहाँ पे स्कीइंग करते हैं, तो उससे वहाँ के बिजनेस भी लोकल जितने
Good evening, I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Welcome to News Night. Now, India is a leading military power in the world, is well known. India is also the sixth largest defense spender globally. The mega defense expo in Lucknow starting tomorrow will now seek to establish India as an emerging defense manufacturer. More on that in the show ahead. High-octane campaigning is underway for Delhi Assembly election and a big revelation has just come about. We'll focus on that. Updates from the Parliament and how the fight against coronavirus is coming along. All that and more. First, the headlines at this hour.
Headlines is sponsored by Wonder Cement. एक perfect शुरुआत.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses second rally in Delhi, targets Kejriwal government, says Delhi needs a government which believes in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, also corners AAP for refusing to implement Ayushman Bharat scheme in the national capital. Big revelation by the police. Kapil Gurjar, the youth accused of firing at Shaheen Bagh, is a worker of Aam Aadmi Party, took membership of AAF a year back, where campaigning gains momentum in Delhi. Amit Shah leads rallies for the BJP. Rahul Gandhi takes charge of campaigning for the Congress. Aam Aadmi Party releases election manifesto, promises 24/7 shops, better education and clean water. Both houses of parliament discuss motion of thanks on President's address. In Lok Sabha, Centre clarifies there is no decision on countrywide NRC aircraft amendment bill introduced in Lok Sabha. Defence Expo 2020 is set to begin in Lucknow tomorrow. Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate the exhibition. More than 1,000 companies from India and across the world to participate. Theme of exhibition is India, the emerging defence manufacturing hub. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address public meeting in Assam's Kokrajhar on 7th February. Prime Minister hails the historic Bodo Accord. All the Bodo militant outfits agreed to join mainstream as part of the historic accord. Coronavirus crisis continues. 425 deaths reported in China so far. Restrictions imposed on movement of people in some parts of China. India undertakes all precautions. Union Health Secretary Preeti Sudan takes stock of preparedness to battle coronavirus. And Clinical India outclassed Pakistan by 10 wickets to storm into the final of the Under-19 Cricket World Cup. Yashasvi Jaiswal's stun helped India make their third successive final appearance.
Headlines was sponsored by Wonder Cement. एक perfect शुरुआत.
Now, in a big breaking news, Kapil Baisala, who opened fire at Shaheen Bagh protest site last week, has been identified as member of Aam Aadmi Party. Delhi police has given the information. Now, according to the police, Kapil and his father joined the Aam Aadmi Party in early 2019. DCP Crime Branch Rajesh Theo said that his mobile phone has been seized and they've retrieved his WhatsApp data and photos of him and his father joining the party. And earlier, a court extended by 2 days police custody of Kapil Baisala after Delhi police told that there was a possibility that the incident was a part of a larger conspiracy. The police had sought 4-day remand of Baisala, saying that agency only had 1 day to investigate the matter. Police said the time and place of the incident clearly indicate that the incident of using firearms is a part of a larger conspiracy, which is yet to be unearthed. Police said to the court that investigation has revealed that his WhatsApp account was purposely deleted.
जो ये कपिल बैसला है और उसके पिताजी जो गजय सिंह हैं, इन्होंने आम आदमी पार्टी को ज्वाइन किया था। फोटोग्राफ भी है, जो फोटोग्राफ आप दिखा रहे हैं वो फोटोग्राफ इनके फ़ोन में है, वो अब रिकवर हो गया है। बाकी इसमें आगे की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो हम कर रहे हैं। अच्छा, इसमें और हम लोगों ने 2 दिन का इसका रिमांड लिया है और आगे की कॉन्स्पिरेसी हम स्टैब्लिश करने की।
And my colleague Ravi Dhiman is joining us with more updates on this big explosive revelation. Ravi, what is the latest that you can share with us? It really adds a big twist to the political upheaval going on ahead of Delhi elections, that this shooter Kapil turns out to be an Aam Aadmi Party member, the visuals of which we are showing on the screen at the moment. What details, Ravi?
Yeah, that's quite unsettling to say, Shubhendu,
Yes.
because as the date of the polling comes near, new revelations coming every day in the run-up to the elections, and this is indeed a very big political revelation that Kapil Baisla is indeed a member of the Aam Aadmi Party. You remember Kapil Baisla fired 2 to 3 shots in the air, and he was quite close to the place where children and women were sitting in Shaheen Bagh. And when his weapon jammed, he tried to run away from the scene, but was caught and eventually handed over to the police. Earlier in the day too, the police informed the court that they are investigating a larger conspiracy, and therefore they require 4 days of police custody of Kapil Baisla. His custody has been extended by 2 days. But indeed, this is an explosive revelation by the police. We can say that just close to the date of polling in Delhi, that he is indeed an Aam Aadmi Party's worker, and he and his father joined the Aam Aadmi Party 1 year back. That is not too far too far back. Going just 12 months back, they have joined the Aam Aadmi Party, with the photographs now being released by the police to substantiate their claim that he is indeed a political worker associated with the ruling party in New Delhi.
Right, Ravi. Also, you did mention that he's been associated with Aam Aadmi Party for about a year. We're showing visuals of him wearing Aam Aadmi Party cap. Has there been any initial explanation by Aam Aadmi Party about this case? Because this really completely turns around the narrative around shooting in Delhi.
Yeah, this calls for an explanation by the Aam Aadmi Party now that it has
Yes.
been revealed that he is indeed a member of the party, a primary member of the party. The Aam Aadmi Party now, it is responsibility of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders to come forward, and I mean they should have come forward and told that Kapil Baisla is a party member. But now that the truth is out, the onus is on the Aam Aadmi Party to come forward and give their version of the story, give their version, because police has clearly said to the court that it seems to be a part of a larger conspiracy which needs to be unearthed. So they demanded 4 days of police custody of Kapil Baisla. The ball is in the Aam Aadmi Party's court. They have to come forward and tell their version of the story, which should be convincing to people and police and the court alike.
Right, Ravi, also for the benefit of our viewers, if you could just put in the chronology, the sequence of events, the day when Kapil Baisla shoots in the air in Delhi and he's arrested, and now today police comes out with this shocking revelation that he turns out to be an Aam Aadmi Party member. Aam Aadmi Party has been blaming the BJP, the right wing, for such incidences, but this completely turns around the narrative. If you can just put together the sequence of how the incidents happened since the day of the shooting. Ravi.
Actually, it was on Saturday that this guy went close to the place where women were sitting in protest in Shaheen Bagh. They have been, remember, sitting in at Shaheen Bagh for the symbolic protest against the NRC and the CAA. And this guy managed to pass at least 2 police barricades which were set up there. You remember the incident just before this incident, one teenager tried to aim at students of Jamia Millia Islamia, and one bullet just whizzed past a student of the Jamia Millia Islamia, and he was juvenile was arrested by the police, and police also interrogated him. After that, there was heightened security at Shaheen Bagh also. This guy, Kapil Baisla, managed to...
Ravi, I'll just stop you for a moment. We're going across live to a press conference by Union Minister Prasar Bharati. And we're going across to Union Minister Prakash Javadekar press conference.
अब पूरी तरह से दिल्ली वासियों के सामने बेनकाब हुई है। शाहीन बाग में गोली चलाने वाला आम आदमी पार्टी का सदस्य निकला। 1 साल पहले उसने और उसके पिताजी ने आम आदमी पार्टी में प्रवेश किया था और आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता संजय सिंह के साथ उन्होंने उसका स्वागत किया था। उनके साथ उसकी तस्वीरें भी मिली है। अभी मैं सुन रहा था संजय सिंह कह रहे कि फोटो मिला तो क्या हुआ। केवल फोटो भीड़ में नहीं मिला है, आपने प्रवेश करते समय का वो फोटो है। आम आदमी पार्टी में प्रवेश करते समय का फोटो है और ये फोटो इरेज किए गए थे फोन से। अब ये तो कोई शातिर दिमाग ही होता है ना। ये जो घटना पूरी हुई है इससे साबित होता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी युवाओं को उकसाती है और उनका गलत इस्तेमाल करती है। ये घटना इसी का उदाहरण है और इसलिए आम आदमी पार्टी अब जिम्मेवारी टाल नहीं सकती है। वो बेनकाब हुए पूरी तरह से और राजनीतिक लाभ के लिए क्या कहां तक जा सकती है आम आदमी पार्टी, इसका ये उदाहरण है। एक तरफ एक समाज के वोट हाथी आने की राजनीति और वही दूसरे समाज को बदनाम करने की राजनीति, ऐसा दोनों करना चाहते। वो दोनों समाज में तनाव बढ़े, ऐसी आम आदमी पार्टी की रणनीति है और इसीलिए इन्हीं संजय सिंह जी ने यह कह दिया कि अब बीजेपी बड़ी दिल्ली में हिंसा होगी। ये इनको यही उनका डिजाइन था। आज पुलिस ने ये उनकी साजिश बेनकाब की है। ये बीजेपी के विचार नहीं होता है। बीजेपी सत्ता में है, वो कभी ये नहीं करेगी। विपक्ष में है तब भी नहीं करते। लेकिन इस तरह की हिंसा और किसी भी हद तक जाने की ये राजनीति आम आदमी पार्टी की है और वो दंगा भड़काना चाहते। और मैं ऐसे ही हवा में नहीं बोल रहा हूं। 20 और 21 दिसंबर की हिंसा दिल्ली में अनेक वर्षों के बाद हुई। किसने की? जिन्होंने की, जिन पर एफआईआर दाखिल है, उसमें आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायक अमानतुल्लाह खान और पार्षद अब्दुल रहमान, इन दोनों के नाम है। तो ये हिंसा भी करेंगे, बस को आग लगाएंगे, वाहनों को जलाएंगे, पुलिस पर पथराव करेंगे और हिंसा करके दिल्ली का माहौल खराब करने का प्रयास करेंगे। और तब भी दिल्ली शांत रही तो अब ये गोली कांड कर दिया। यानी कैसी है पार्टी, युवक को माला भी पहनाती है और उससे गोली भी चलवाती है। और इसलिए इस तरह की राजनीति की हम भर्त्सना करते हैं। शाहीन बाग में जो आंदोलन चल रहा है उसका आम आदमी पार्टी ने खुलकर समर्थन किया है। शाहीन बाग माने जहां 10-15 जगह अभी दिल्ली में आंदोलन चल रहा है, सबका समर्थन किया है, क्योंकि वो तनाव बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। और वहां भी अमानतुल्लाह जो उनके विधायक है और अभी उम्मीदवार भी है, उन्होंने शाहीन बाग में भाषण दिया। और आम आदमी पार्टी का परिचय तो हमें है ही, जेएनयू के देशद्रोही नारों के साथ वो है। सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक के सबूत मांगते हैं, 26 जनवरी के परेड का विरोध करते हैं। इस तरह से ये काम करते हैं और इसलिए आज ये आम आदमी पार्टी पूरी तरह से बेनकाब हुई है। मुझे लगता है दिल्ली के मतदाता जागरूक है, समझते हैं चीजों को और इसका निश्चित रूप से लोग संज्ञान लेंगे, यह हमें पूरा भरोसा है। टुडे आम आदमी स्टैंड्स badly and thoroughly exposed. Now it has been revealed by police and various sources that the youth who fired in air in Shaheen Bagh was a member of Aam Aadmi Party, and he joined Aam Aadmi Party last year along with his father. And Sanjay Singh received him, and there is a photograph with him. Now Sanjay Singh says, what happens if there is a photograph? It's not a casual photo. You are welcoming in the party. He has joined your party. This shows how Aam Aadmi Party instigates youths and abuses them. How they make misuse of these youth. On one hand they garland him, on other hand they give gun in his hand. And therefore Aam Aadmi Party stands badly exposed. And one interesting fact, police has revealed that the photos were erased. Who can do this? Somebody who knows the law must have guided him. And therefore, the whole conspiracy of Aam Aadmi Party is to divide the society, create one sympathetic vote bank, and create fear about other community. And this is not the isolated incidents. This is a chain of events. On 20 and 21st of December, Delhi saw its worst violence after many years. The violence was instigated and perpetrated by Aam Aadmi Party legislator Amanatullah Khan and Abdul Rahman, the corporator. And therefore, their designs right from the beginning of the election are very clear. They could not succeed, therefore they are trying every trick of the book. They have already supported Shaheen Bagh agitation publicly, and Amanatullah has given a very provocative speech there. They have challenged surgical strike, questioned surgical strike, raised questions about Balakot strike, decided to halt Republic Day parade, and they are with the anti-national slogans which were given in JNU, because they are not giving permission to file a case in the court. So this shows Aam Aadmi Party's credentials on this account. People of Delhi are wise. They will definitely take cognizance of it. Many of them are already repenting about the wrong decision they made 5 years ago, and this time they are defeating Aam Aadmi Party. Therefore, in politics, they have stooped so low to unleash violence, and today is the concrete case against Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore we condemn this politics of violence, this politics of dividing the society, and politics of instigating the tendencies and confuse societies. That's all from our side.
1 minute please.
एक और खुलासा भी एक चैनल ने किया है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के एक मंत्री के पास पीएफआई के बहुत एक्सप्लोसिव प्रक्षोभक उकसाने वाले ऐसे बुकलेट्स मिले हैं। अगर चैनल का ये खबर सही है तो ये भी आम आदमी पार्टी का ही राजनीति को उजागर करता है। There is revelation by one TV channel that one candidate of Aam Aadmi Party, who is the minister in the present government, has been found with very explosive booklets by PFI in their campaign, and so this is a thing which everybody must condemn. That's all from my side.
एक सेकंड एक आवाज सुन लीजिए। जो संजय सिंह जी ने विश्वास प्रकट किया था, उनको कैसे जानकारी थी? ऑन करिए।
Here is a video.
ऑडियो।
अरे उतरो ना।
ताकि मैं पहुंचकर एक बड़ा बवाल भारतीय जनता पार्टी कराना चाहती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी दिल्ली में हार के डर से बौखलाई हुई है और इसी के कारण वो दिल्ली का चुनाव टालना चाहते हैं। और ये मेरा सीधा आरोप है कि इसके पीछे कोई और नहीं, गृह मंत्री अमित शाह शामिल है। पहले वो अपने नेताओं से भड़काऊ बयान दिलवाते हैं और उस भड़काऊ बयान के बाद एक हिंसा फैलती है। खुलेआम एक अपराधी हाथ में बंदूक लेके लहराता हुआ गोली चलाता है और पुलिस के लोग हाथ पे हाथ बांध के खड़े रहते हैं।
ठीक है,
ये देश की राजनीति।
हाँ, अब ये साफ हो गया कि ये बंदूक चलाने वाला आम आदमी पार्टी का था। तो इनका पहला झूठ सामने आ गया। दूसरा झूठ कि हम हिंसा कर रहे हैं। हिंसा तो आम आदमी पार्टी ने की है, मैंने नाम बताकर बताया। 20-21 दिसंबर से ये चल रहा है। वहां शाहीन बाग में उकसा रहे हैं, बहुत उकसाने वाला भाषण कर रहे हैं। तो हिंसा का और समाज में तनाव पैदा हो, इसका राजनीति आम आदमी पार्टी कर रही है, ये साबित हो गया। लेकिन फिर भी इस तरह के उल्टे बयान देना, इसी में इनकी महारत है। हाँ,
कौन बना रहा है?
मुद्दा है कि फोटो सही है या गलत, और मुद्दा है कि फोटो में जो व्यक्ति है उसी ने बंदूक चलाई कि नहीं, और उसके साथ जो खड़े हैं वो संजय सिंह है कि नहीं, माला डलवाई, यही तो है। और उसका स्वागत किया है। तो इसमें झूठ का कहाँ मुद्दा आया? अब आपका पाप अगर सामने आता है तो ऐसे कैसे फोटो दिया? फोटो तो जेएनयू में भी पुलिस ने जारी किए। अगर पुलिस सबूत नहीं देती तो आप सवाल उठाते। अब सबूत दिए तो क्यों दिए, ऐसा सवाल उठाते। ये अब चलेगा नहीं।
The Union Minister Prakash Javadekar also in charge of Delhi's election for the BJP and attacking the Aam Aadmi Party for the revelations that just came a few minutes ago where Kapil Bisala, the shooter who had opened fire at Shaheen Bagh, the police has said has been identified as a member of Aam Aadmi Party, and Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said that Aam Aadmi Party is exposed. It's a party that misuses the youth towards achieving its political goals and uses violence, is double-faced, and also spoke about how it's not an isolated event. Aam Aadmi Party is also alleged to be involved in the violence that gripped Delhi towards the end of December last year. My colleague Ravi Dhiman continues to stay with us. We'll again connect with him to understand more of this big twist that has come into Delhi politics. Ravi, a lot of accusations made by Union Minister Prakash Javadekar and saying that Aam Aadmi Party stands exposed, and also the kind of impact that it is likely to have in the Delhi elections.
Well, it comes at no surprise, Shubhendu, because Shaheen Bagh has been in focus, both for the political people, political news persons, as well as for the general public for past around 50 days. And as we approach the polling date of 8th February, it will be more in news. And the BJP, this comes at no surprise that BJP has decided to go full throttle and attack Aam Aadmi Party over this incident, because the circumstantial evidence is stacked against the Aam Aadmi Party. The police has extracted photographs which were deleted from the phone, and the deletion of the photographs itself smirks of a conspiracy. The photographs have been revived by the police. They have been released to the media, and the photographs clearly show this guy wearing Aam Aadmi Party cap. He's at Aam Aadmi Party's functions, and it's written large. The footprint, the political footprint of Kapil Bisala is quite clear that he is Aam Aadmi Party's worker. There is no denying that. And that's why I believe that...
Right, Ravi, also, what more do we know about Kapil Bisala? Prakash Javadekar also spoke about how Kapil's father also happens to be a member of Aam Aadmi Party. What do we know about what Kapil does, how active a member he has been? You did mention he joined the party perhaps about a year ago, he joined Aam Aadmi Party, but how active a member is he and what does he do?
Well, that could be the possible defense of the Aam Aadmi Party, that he is not a very active member. But from what we know of Kapil Bisala is that he joined the Aam Aadmi Party 1 year back. His father also joined with him, and I mean both father and son joining Aam Aadmi Party clearly indicate that they are political workers. They have political will and political ambitions, and both of them joined the Aam Aadmi Party at the same time around 12 months back. And clearly they had elections in mind when they had joined Aam Aadmi Party 12 months back, 12 months before one of the most keenly fought assembly contests in northern India in recent times. And apart from that, Kapil Gurjar come from, if we focus on the caste statistics, he comes from the Gurjar community, which holds sway in some of the pockets of Delhi Assembly constituencies, particularly towards Faridabad in the southwest Delhi. And clearly, he seems to have struck a chord with the Aam Aadmi Party, joining the Aam Aadmi Party and being present at many of the Aam Aadmi Party's functions, which were gaining momentum as the date for polling, as the date for elections drew near. So this much is known, as police has also told the court today. They need more time and more interrogation to unearth the conspiracy. But clearly now it is more of a political as well as a criminal case, and it will be interesting to see the Aam Aadmi Party's defense in days to come, and what new course this entire episode takes in the coming days.
Right, Ravi, clearly big setback for now for Aam Aadmi Party. One will have to wait and watch what kind of a defense do they come out with. But thanks very much for joining us with all the inputs on this story. Moving on, the 11th edition of Defence Expo 2020 will be held from 5th to 9th of February in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the mega exhibition tomorrow. More than 1,000 companies from across the country and the world are participating. Defence ministers and service chiefs from around 38 countries will be participating as well. The aim of this exhibition is to bring leading technologies in the defence sector under one roof and exhibit India's potential as an upcoming defence manufacturer.
India's biggest defence exhibition, Def Expo, is all set to open in Lucknow on Wednesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the mega exhibition. This is the 11th edition of the biennial event. The expo is taking place from 5th to 9th February and will see participation from more than 1,000 national and international companies who will showcase state-of-the-art defence technologies.
हम भारत को डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब के रूप में तैयार कर रहे हैं और इसके लिए डिफेंस एक्सपो एक सबसे उचित प्लेटफॉर्म होगा और इंडिजिनस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए मेक इन इंडिया को प्रमोट करने के लिए भी यह डिफेंस एक्सपो सहायक होगा ऐसा मेरा मानना है.
The theme of the expo this year is India, the emerging defence manufacturing hub. The objective is to bring leading defence manufacturers under one roof and open up opportunities for government, private sector and startups. The expo this year will also focus on digital tech in defence sector. After inaugurating the exhibition, Prime Minister will visit the India and Uttar Pradesh stalls.
उत्तर प्रदेश राज्य ने अपना डिफेंस एंड एरोस्पेस की अपनी पॉलिसी भी पहले ही जारी कर दी है. हमारे पास लैंड बैंक के रूप में वर्तमान में लगभग 25,000 एकड़ लैंड मौजूद है जो इन 6 डिफेंस कॉरिडोर से संबंधित नोड के आसपास ही स्थित है.
The India Pavilion at the Expo will exhibit jointness between public and private sector, including SME and MSMEs and innovation ecosystem. More than 70 countries are participating in the exhibition, including the US, France, Germany, Russia, among others.
Defense exhibitions such as these demonstrate that industry in the United States and India, along with our respective governments, share a common understanding regarding the nature of the modern battlefield. We share the belief India to ensure its defense and work with like-minded nations in pursuit of common security objectives. It is critical that India move towards systems, not just weapons, but systems that are effective, agile, and resilient.
Representing India, the Defence Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, will exhibit indigenous defence techniques and technologies. DRDO will present over 500 exhibits. Leading American defence firm Boeing is also going to participate in a big way.
Delegations of more than 35 countries taking part. Just like this anti-satellite weapon Shakti, which was test fired in March 2019. This was a very successful launch. These kind of things are on display for people. There will be live demonstrations of artillery guns, helicopters and other aerial assets at the Gomti River front. Also, more than 1,000 defense manufacturing companies are here to display their wares. The theme of this Defense Expo is Make in India.
The exhibition will offer India a unique opportunity to exhibit its manufacturing prowess to the world. A number of memorandum of understandings are expected to be inked during the 5-day event. With inputs from Amrit Pal Singh and Nandita Dagar from Lucknow, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
That brings us to the issue in focus this evening. We're talking about India, the emerging defence manufacturing hub. That's also the theme of the Defence Expo. That's the issue in focus. India, the emerging defence manufacturing hub. And joining me in the studio is retired Vice Admiral Shekhar Sinha, former Chief of Integrated Defence Staff. Good evening, sir. Welcome to our studios. Now, India happens to have the 3rd largest military. It's the 6th biggest spender as far as defence is concerned. However, 60% of the requirements are imported from outside. Before we understand the significance of this exhibition, where does India stand today as far as defence manufacturing is concerned?
Well, we are not doing too well. And you mentioned about the import and what we make within the country, just about 30%. But let me just put this in perspective. 2 years back, 3 years back, the Prime Minister stated, that he will be making a defense corridor, defense manufacturing corridor between Chennai and Lucknow. And therefore, the last defense expo was done in Chennai, and now it is being done in Lucknow. What's going to happen is that when the strategic partnership begins, which will happen now onwards, because the defense budget is a pointer in that direction, that the private sector will have to play a very big role. Then what will happen, when you don't make every component of a big weapon system, you sort of assemble them, and all the components are manufactured by small MSMEs and micro industries, and they will come along this corridor, providing job opportunities and also making it a proper Make in India program. So I think this is one very important thing, and I would believe that in next 3-4 years, big manufacturers are going to tie up with the Indian companies, and that confidence will come from seeing what manufacturing is being done here.
So this would act as an impetus, as a catalyst for a greater manufacturing. Also, Admiral Sinha, as I understand, there are many aspects, but there are two key aspects to the defense sector. One would be manufacturing, also the other would be the market, considering that India has such a large military. From the perspective of this exhibition, manufacturing you just mentioned, how about market? How significant a market is India going to project itself as in this exhibition?
Shubhendu, you may recall the Prime Minister having made the acronym SAGAR, which means security and growth for all in the region. And very recently he made a statement that while we want to maintain peace, the terrorist organizations and countries who are supporting the terrorist organizations, they are having a very upper hand. And therefore, in the Indian Ocean region, in the rims of the Indian Ocean, the government is determined to build their capability as a gesture of friendship and peace. Otherwise, just maintaining peace in India is not good enough. You have to have a peace around, because as you know that maritime has really terrorists have penetrated the maritime dimension. That's number one. Yesterday, the Honorable Raksha Mantri, Shri Rajnath Singh, he made a statement that the defense products of India will now be projected for export, which was not the policy so far. We were making for ourselves, and the PSUs were not able to meet even our requirements in time. Problem was in time. So now expectation is that the private sector will come in a big way. They will tie up with the PSUs, and that is why they are all under one pavilion in the show. And Raksha Mantri also mentioned that he is going to appoint 10 more defense attaches, out of the 34 existing ones. So all these defense attaches will actually coordinate with those countries and see that how Indian manufactured defense items can be sold to these countries to build their capability, so that the peace and economic growth is together, which is the dream of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi.
So you mentioned about how India has to import a lot of its defense equipments, and I think the figure says India is in fact the world's second largest importer of defense equipments, after perhaps Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is ahead of us on that. And from there, we're talking about moving to becoming first a credible exporter and then increase that base. How do you see that movement happening in terms of a timeline?
It will take some time, Shubhendu, because our base, particularly for the aerospace industry, is quite very limited. Whereas there has been the Navy has been, the maritime, they have been quite ahead. Majority all our ships are by and large manufactured here. And now the weapon systems. Let me tell you that the radars being manufactured in India being used on our ships. In fact, one of the radars which is going to be inducted is made by a private company. The sonars, the underwater sound and navigation and ranging, which actually gives you the range of a submarine and you fire the torpedo. Our sonar Hamsa NG, which is a totally indigenous, is one of the leading sonars in the world. The electronic warfare, all
so technologies like this could in fact
absolutely
be considered as far as the export.
These will move faster.
The
Arjun tank, operational, 155 towed howitzer, which has just become fully operational. The subsonic missile, the BrahMos, these are all being manufactured.
And also state of the art as compared to global arms and ammunition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we can straightway, as far as you see the anti-satellite missile,
yes,
Akash surface-to-air missile system.
Very few countries in the world could have that capability.
Absolutely. Yeah. Astra, the air-to-air missile, you know, they have got ranges which are not available with any other country right now. So we can really give an impetus to these which are already existing, and venture into new areas with the strategic partnership, so that our requirements are also met and they are also being exported.
And an expo like this could be an important occasion for strategic partnership. Admiral Sinha, I wanted to ask, if we look at the defense challenges that strategic challenges that India faces, again vis-a-vis the Def Expo 2020, state-of-the-art technology from India and across the world will be on display. Now they say that India does not as much face the threat of a conventional war as it does of unconventional warfare, of proxy wars. In such a context, what kind of defense equipment should be India's priority, whether we talk about indigenous manufacturing or tying up with countries and companies abroad? What would be India's priorities with its own challenges?
See, Shubhendu, you are quite right, you know, that the low intensity warfare is an important one. Yeah. In that the manufacturing of the assault rifles under a joint venture has already started, commenced. Hopefully by in a year or so it will get inducted into army, and the requirements are running into tens of thousands, because the infantry will have it, the special forces will have it. The heavyweight paradrop, the entire system has been developed here. And if you see the not so important ones, the smaller things, high altitude, snow survival, etc., the DRDO has done a very good job, and they are all indigenous right now. So I would think that that is one, but let's not forget that conventional warfare chances may have reduced, but in the maritime domain, in the aerospace domain, it has not, because you are now seeing the geopolitics changing, where the Americans have said it is Indo-Pacific and it is not Asia-Pacific anymore. It means the focus has shifted to the seas too. And therefore,
and also your point reminds me of the surgical strikes that India conducted against the terror bases.
Absolutely.
The use of it.
Absolutely. So the utilization of this and the pressure that you can bring on the land warfare from the air assets and the maritime assets is phenomenal.
Yes.
If you recall the reply to Kargil war, one of the reasons why the Pakistan armed forces backed out, one of the reasons, contributory factor, was that the maritime forces were within striking distance of all the shore targets, and they were all bottled. The Navy was fully bottled in Karachi.
There's no taking chances with the preparedness of
absolutely
all the three
you
forces.
have to prepare, otherwise it takes time for preparation. So I would think that in 5-year time frame, what we are already manufacturing, they can be easily exported, and in this 5 year the strategic partnership can fructify, and thereafter we can start giving to others.
Because much of the focus also of this expo is going to be on digital technology, from conventional tanks, planes and submarines. We are talking about artificial intelligence, robotics. In brief, sir, what do you see as the future of warfare that India has got to be prepared for?
I would think that will be probably a hybrid warfare. While you said that low intensity conflicts are more likely, but we cannot rule out a full-fledged conventional war, 2.5 front, as the CDS has mentioned some time back. The reason is that we also have internal security challenges, and it is mainly supported or funded or helped from outside our borders. So where do you draw a line? Is it a full-fledged warfare, or is it only internal issue? So most of our internal domestic issues are actually linked to our beyond the borders. So if you see the electronic warfare, radars, all electronic equipment, we are quite ahead. Cyber, we are reasonably good. So in these sectors, the utilization of these in a hybrid type of warfare, where the low intensity war will certainly keeps taking place on a daily basis, but you cannot rule out a conventional war. Let us say that there are two countries who are in axis with each other on two different sides, and one country wants to bring pressure on you, so skirmishes on the land border will increase.
So as you put it, sir, it seems that the digital world in fact opens up a new avenue of challenge, and one has to be prepared for the conventional and the digital challenges.
I would think that unless if you use this the digital world, your pressure on the conventional weapon could become less. Because if you disable the enemies or the adversaries, all systems.
So preparedness on all fronts would be the key, and this Expo, Defence Expo 2020 that Prime Minister will inaugurate tomorrow in Lucknow is going to be an important step towards that sort of preparedness. Admiral Sinha, thanks very much for joining us in the studio and sharing those insights. Moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Karkardooma in Assam later this week to participate in the celebrations marking the historic Bodo Agreement. The agreement was signed in New Delhi on 27th of January. 2 days after the agreement, over 1,600 cadre members of different faction of National Democratic Front Bodoland surrendered arms and joined the mainstream. People from all over Bodoland territorial area are expected to participate and attend the celebrations. Here's more.
Committed to ensure the continuous development of northeastern states, Centre facilitated two crucial agreements in recent weeks, the Bodo Accord and the agreement to settle the members of Bru tribe in Tripura. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Karkardooma in Assam to participate in the celebrations of the signing of the Bodo Agreement on 7th of February. The visit comes a week after central government signed a peace pact with several Bodo militant groups and a student body. More than 4 lakh people from the BT80 districts and all over Assam are expected to attend the program. A cultural program of ethnic groups of Assam is also being organized, which will showcase the diversity of the state. Prime Minister will also address the gathering to hail the historic Bodo Agreement signed in January by including the leading stakeholders under one framework.
7 to 8 lakhs people will gather here, maybe more, and so we have to make a detailed arrangement. I think everything is all right. There will be cultural program. There will be dance and other cultural form which will be exhibited by various communities living in Bodoland. And apart from that, people will come on their own. They will come by tractor, they will come by bicycles, they will come by scooter, they will come by motorcycles, and they will come by buses. So every form of communication tools or transportation tools will be used.
The agreement was signed in New Delhi on 27th of January 2020. Prime Minister termed the day as a very special day for India and said that the accord will lead to a transformative result for Bodo people, ushering in a new dawn of peace, harmony and togetherness. Prime Minister also said that Bodo Agreement stands out for many reasons. He further added that those who were previously associated with armed resistant groups will now be entering the mainstream and will contribute to the nation's progress. Accordingly, over 1,615 cadres of different factions of the NDFB surrendered their arms and joined the mainstream within 2 days of the signing of the agreement. A special package of rupees 1,500 crore is earmarked for the development of the region.
For the first time, all the militant organization belongs to Bodo people, and also the civil society organization of Bodo people. Everybody has joined hand to bring peace in this area. People want to express their deep sense of gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for signing this historic accord.
The agreement is in accordance with the Prime Minister's vision of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas and commitment towards a holistic development of Northeast, ending a 5-decade-old Bodo crisis.
People are exciting, and they all are ready to welcome the Prime Minister because this is a very historic day. The Bodo Accord, it is a very inclusive accord, and the interest of the all sections of people have been taken care of by this accord. Earlier we had one accord, first accord 1993, it was half done, and because of the lack of sincerity of the government, that could not fulfill our aspirations.
In addition to this, the recent signing of Bru-Riang Agreement by central government and governments of Mizoram, Tripura to provide relief and succor to over 35,000 refugees and the surrendering of over 85 cadres of the NLFT in Tripura stand testimony to the continued commitment and vision of Prime Minister for the overall development and peace of the Northeast. In his interaction with the nation through the Man Ki Baat program on the Republic Day, the Prime Minister gave a clarion call to all those on the path of violence to return to the mainstream and lay down arms. With inputs from Kamal Bora in Guwahati, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And as the polling day for Delhi Assembly election draws closer, political attacks by parties on each other are becoming sharper. Prime Minister Modi addressed a rally in Dwarka today. He said Delhi deserves better administration than that of Aam Aadmi Party. BJP is highlighting the issue of giving ownership of houses to lakhs of people in the national capital. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party released their manifesto today and defended their development agenda.
With political temperatures rising in Delhi ahead of polling on 8th of February, campaigning has reached its crescendo in the national capital. After addressing an election rally in Karkardooma on Monday, Prime Minister Modi addressed a gathering in Dwarka on Tuesday. Prime Minister pointed that the capital needs a government of vision and not a government of faults. He also underlined that Delhi needs a hindrance-free and hate-free administration.
दिल्ली को दोष देने वाली नहीं, दिशा देने वाली सरकार चाहिए। दिल्ली को रोड़े अटकाने वाली और नफरत फैलाने वाली राजनीति से मुक्ति चाहिए। दिल्ली को उलझाने वाली नहीं, सुलझाने वाली राजनीति चाहिए। ये लोग बाटला हाउस के आतंकियों के लिए रो सकते हैं, उनका साथ देने के लिए सुरक्षा बलों को कटघरे में खड़ा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन दिल्ली का विकास नहीं कर सकते।
BJP President JP Nadda has accused Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal of duping the Delhiites. At the same time, he emphasized that Prime Minister Modi has given ownership rights of their houses to lakhs of people in Delhi.
अनाधिकृत कॉलोनी को कहीं भी रेगुलराइज करने का काम नहीं किया। आदरणीय मोदी जी ने अपने कलम से हस्ताक्षर करके अनाधिकृत कॉलोनी को रेगुलराइज कर दिया और 40 लाख लोगों को इसका फायदा पहुंचाया।
Amit Shah also said that it is not a political war between the parties. Instead, it has become a war of ideologies.
वोट बैंक की राजनीति करने वाले केजरीवाल और राहुल बाबा एंड कंपनी शाहीन बाग का निर्लज्ज होकर समर्थन कर रहे हैं। और मित्रों, एक और शाहीन बाग का समर्थन करने वाली टोली है और दूसरी ओर नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व में काम करने वाली देशभक्तों की टोली।
Meanwhile, the ruling Aam Aadmi Party released its election manifesto on Tuesday. The election manifesto included promises like 200 free electricity units, cleaner Yamuna, pollution-free Delhi, among others. Added to these, inclusion of patriotism in school curriculum is also mooted in the AAP manifesto. While releasing the manifesto, Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia highlighted that AAP government, if voted to power again, will work to make Delhi pollution-free and provide better health facilities to people. However, BJP came down heavily on AAP for not fulfilling the promises made earlier.
आम आदमी पार्टी दिल्ली के हर आम आदमी को उसका जीवन गरिमापूर्ण तरीके से जीने में मदद करने के लिए, उसके परिवार में खुशहाली के लिए सरकार चलाने का संकल्प रखती है।
28 के 28 पॉइंट्स हैं। इसमें कोई ऐसी हमें ना तो कोई ऐसी चीज नजर आ रही, कोई नई बात दिख रही हो, और ऑलरेडी जो है कॉपी पेस्ट करके लगा दिया।
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi also lashed out at AAP and BJP while addressing an election rally in the national capital.
यहाँ पे मेट्रो किसने बनाई? नरेंद्र मोदी, अरविंद केजरीवाल? नहीं, मेट्रो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने। पूरा का पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, रोड, फ्लाईओवर किसने बनाया? कांग्रेस पार्टी, शीला दीक्षित।
However, Congress was dealt with a big jolt ahead of elections when Sameer Dwivedi, son of prominent Congress leader Janardhan Dwivedi, joined BJP, citing the successful development work done by BJP under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. All political parties and their leaders are sweating out hard to win the confidence of the voters ahead of the polling date. With inputs from Sudhakar Das, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
Some updates from the Parliament. Home Minister Amit Shah clarified in Lok Sabha that no decision has been taken on countrywide NRC in a written reply. Congress led the opposition protest in the lower house over the controversial statements by BJP MP Anant Hegde. In Rajya Sabha, INB Minister Prakash Javadekar cornered Aam Aadmi Party government over the delay in justice in Nirbhaya case. Here's more.
Tuesday marked a stark difference in working of both the houses of parliament. While important questions were answered in Rajya Sabha during question hour, in Lok Sabha, question hour was washed away due to the protest by opposition led by Congress. The Home Minister, in a written reply in Lok Sabha, emphasized that the government has not taken any decision with regard to NRC on a national basis. This is the first official statement ever made on the issue in the parliament. Earlier too, PM Modi had clarified that no decision has been made on NRC on a national basis. After brief adjournment, when Lok Sabha proceedings were resumed at noon, Congress MPs created uproar, targeting BJP MP Anant Hegde's disputed statement. Amidst the mayhem, Congress MPs staged a walkout from the lower house. BJP, on directions from its president JP Nadda, has also demanded a reply on the same from Anant Hegde.
महात्मा गांधी जी जो दुनिया की शांतिपूर्ण आंदोलन की नेतृत्व दिया करते थे, जिनकी सारे दुनिया में पूजा होते हैं, जो महात्मा गांधी को राष्ट्रपिता मानते हैं, फादर ऑफ द नेशन मानते हैं, जो महात्मा गांधी सारे हिंदुस्तान के नहीं बल्कि सारे दुनिया को पीड़ित लोगों को नेता है, सारे दुनिया जिनको पूजा करते हैं. The concerned member has clarified that he has not said anything like that. In spite of that, we have told him to express the regret. We are the real followers of the Mahatma Gandhi. These people are the followers of Nakli Gandhi like Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi.
In Rajya Sabha, Union INB Minister Prakash Javadekar held Aam Aadmi Party government responsible for the delay in justice in the Nirbhaya case.
ये बहुत सेंसिटिव विषय है.
Minister is responding on behalf of the government, na Ramesh?
जुलाई 17 में
He is not saying any opinion.
में जुलाई 17 में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपील खारिज किया, लेकिन जेल अथॉरिटी ने 1.25 साल उन गुनहगारों को जो प्रोसेस
विवाद का विषय
चाहिए नहीं बताया.
विवाद का विषय नहीं बनना चाहिए.
डिले हुआ है. ये राज्य सरकार के हाथ में आता है और राज्य सरकार के कारण ये डिले हुआ है.
Later, the motion of vote of thanks to President's address was taken up for discussion in both the houses.
सरकार को बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि सरकार ने एक बहुत बड़े विवाद को बहुत पारस्परिक सौहार्द के साथ, बड़े सद्भाव के साथ, लोगों को विश्वास में लेते हुए सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के निर्णय की परिपालना कराई है. मैं आपको यह भी कहना चाहता हूं, हमारी सरकार ने भारत के विकास में कभी किसी दृष्टिकोण के साथ भेदभाव नहीं किया. हमने देश में सभी दृष्टिकोणों का समान रूप से आदर करा है और इसलिए इस अभिभाषण में सरकार ने संकल्प किया है कि भारत कैसा बनना चाहिए. महात्मा गांधी के स्वराज का भाव होना चाहिए.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति के भाषण में हमें जो उम्मीद थी वो थी इस ब्लैक मनी के बारे में कुछ चर्चा हो, उन जॉब्स के बारे में कोई चर्चा हो, जीडीपी कहां पहुंच गई, ग्रोथ कहां पहुंच गया, इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ कहां पहुंच गया, एग्रीकल्चर ग्रोथ कहां पहुंच गया, इसके बारे में कोई चर्चा नहीं.
Earlier in the day, newly appointed BJP President JP Nadda chaired his maiden BJP Parliamentary Party meet in Parliament Annexi. PM Modi hailed Union Budget 2020 and also highlighted major achievements of the centre, including the recently signed Bodo Accord. The government will present a reply to the discussion on President's address, after which discussion on the Union Budget proposals will be taken up. With Parliamentary Team, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
Coronavirus deaths in China have risen to 425. India is cautiously monitoring the situation and taking measures for coronavirus prevention. The revised travel advisory asks everyone to refrain from travelling to China. The Union Health Ministry has also taken steps for adequate screening at dedicated gates of the 7 international airports. Some good news from the world of sports. Yashasvi Jaiswal's unbeaten 100 and Divyan Saxena's gritty 50 helped India completely decimate Pakistan by 10 wickets in the semi-finals and book a place in their third successive final of Under-19 World Cup. Chasing a modest 173 to win, both Indian openers started cautiously and saw off early danger from the opposition bowlers. Although they didn't score at a rapid pace in the first power play, they ensured that they didn't lose any wickets. With that, we conclude this edition of Newsnight. Namaskar.